Ah, good morning, or afternoon, or your regional equivalent. Let me actually get myself seated properly, so I'm not half falling off my chair. Alright, welcome to Cosmoteer, Starship Architect and Commander. Now, I played this once, I think a very long time ago. It might have been a couple of years. And in that time, good old Walt Dessler of Walternate Realities has put out a number of updates for good old Cosmoteer. And I've been waiting for it to get more and better. Because, of course, its direct competition for me is reassembly, and I could be playing reassembly. So in the end, I just played reassembly because poor old Cosmoteer still needed time to get a little bit more advanced. Not advanced, complete. Let's say complete because I don't want to insult Cosmoteer. It's a very good game. I'm impressed with what Walt has done. It's quite fun. It's enjoyable. So we're going to start a new game. I've turned off most of my mods. I think the one mod I left on, is huge ships. Just on the off chance that we want a huge ship. So we're going to go bounty hunter. We could go creative, but I'd prefer to go bounty hunter. Why am I saying we? Well, because it is we. Why not? Let's use we. But I'll also use me, so don't stand on things being consistent. So captain difficulty, admiral, normal. Increase boundary, big enemy ships. Enemies will often appear in fleets. Cannot build or repair during combat. Yeah, enemies will sometimes appear in fleets. Yeah, it's like a standard. Standard. Model L, Model C, Model S, Model L, Model C. He's slow, well armed and outfitted with a pair of powerful cannons that are an accurate potential. That sounds like an LSN star vessel. High movable, sports 3 laser blasts that are effective at destroying enemy subsystems. Max significant defense does not sound like an Ellison star vessel. Model S, definitely not an Ellison star vessel. Look at that thing. It's very rickety. Okay, let's go with the Model C, because I like things that are hefty and have massive cannonary weapons that annihilate entire starships. I mean, who wouldn't? But in this case, it's like, I could probably just go for the more maneuverable L, but let's just take this one. So welcome to Cosmoteer. We have a starship. This is the bounty hunter mode. Currently, as far as I'm aware, Walt is busy making some updates to the campaign. So we'll see how that ends up playing out one day. But as it stands, this is what we have, and this is the bounty hunter. So there are 3 unknown contacts in this little star system that we start in, which is AS. And there's a massive, lovely galaxy with all this blue and red and brown stuff, and obviously the void of space. I like this nebula stuff that he's just kind of put in. It's actually very cool. And the planets, and then they got the little rings, and of course each place, if I can now find myself again, has a little shield. That shield dictates the difficulty. And there's of course other things and FTL. So we're gonna deal with FTL. There's this FTL fuel thing which you can buy, and then of course you have your intergalactic credits, which we have 4950 of. So I can select my ship and I can go into build mode, and this is where stuff happens. First of all, there's actually a blueprint mode, which is very nice. And then there's your non-blueprint mode, which is where anything that you build must immediately conform to the way you're doing stuff. Also, oh, that's new. That's very cool. Nearest power 1 meter. Oh, that's okay. I like that. Very cool. And all the little people have hair. Yeah, Walt's done a lot of work since I've last been here. And the control room is obviously showing you the nearest crew, which is actually very, very cool. All right, let's go into blueprint mode because ion prism. I don't think that's something for us. We'll worry about that later. Yes, and all the launchers, mines, and all the factories. So Cosmoteer is a fascinating game. You actually have a crew, you actually have reactors, you actually have ammo production on your starship. And the effectiveness of your starship is entirely determined by you actually building the thing to be a sane star vessel that actually works, and isn't at a nutcase setup. So we've got real resources and we can build corridors. So I can, for example, replace this internal structure with corridors, which is a good idea. And then I could even put a battery bank or something. It's probably an inefficient placement, but nonetheless. And you can put rooms, and each room has doors, and the doors, and you have a ship with crew, and it'll show you your recommended. Well, it's the little green thing here. So you have a ship of crew, which is determined by your crew rooms. You have a normal bunk, which which is 2 people, quarters, 6 people. And then you have moving walkways, which help make things faster in one direction, and etc., etc., etc. Then you have thrust, so much like normal reassembly. What am I saying? Much like reassembly, you have thrusters, and where you put your thrusters matters, because if you don't have enough thrusters in one way, you can't turn. If you don't have enough another way, you can't do lots of other stuff. So this ship is already thrusted for us, which is very nice. So we have rear, we have turning, strafing as well, and then we have full forward thrust. Then, of course, we have the primary concern of ours, which is cannons, weapons. Now, we can have lasers, we can have heavy laser batteries, we can have electro bolters, we can have point defense, we can have cannons, missiles, as well as shield generators, flak batteries, all this other stuff. And also fire extinguishers, very important. And then, of course, we have power. Now, all of these weapons need to get ammunition. Ammunition does not just exist ambiently, it has to be made. So, for example, a cannon ammo factory produces ammunition, then your crew that you have go and they collect it, and they take it to a cannon. They load it into the cannon, one of the crew sits on the cannon's command console and fires your weapon systems, which is very, very cool. And of course, your entire ship's systems, such as the cannon ammo factory, needs power, which you get from your reactors. And all your reactors have to have their power taken to the systems by your crew, who pick up these like little power cells. It's very cool. I love this game. But as cool as it all is, the only reason that I wasn't playing it previously is just that I was waiting for there to be more stuff and whatever. But now I think, if I can actually even remember how the controls work. Normally the game will give you a tutorial thing, but since I've already played this like 50 times, the game is making the correct assumption that I already know what's happening, because I've already told it that I have, or that I do know what's happening. So we're going to just have to... He does? Yeah, he does. Okay, override comma and... Alright, well, an odd place, but a reasonable one, isn't it? So we can put something like an electro bolt at the front, which is an EMP gun, normal lasers, cannons, all this other stuff. Very cool. Make it so. We can make changes. Now we've got a nice little battery bank. And I'm going to just wait and speed up time, so that my guys fill up their battery bank. Now we've got our ship, and we can command it. And you can have multiple ships. You can, if you have more than one ship, you can command multiple ships. You can also, when you are editing, you can also go into a paint mode and recolor your ship and do other things. So for decals, we can go dark blue, and we can actually just clean up all of this. This is a rusty ship, isn't it? Well, let's give it a bit of naval coating. This is now a warship of the last navy, gentlemen. We take no. And you have all these nice little shapes which you can use to color your ship, which is very nice, obviously. It's very cool. I like this game a lot. Of course, there's lots of other things that you can do. So, for example, there's decals low and decals high and other things. So you can make sub-paint. You can make sub-paint jobs, which are very cool. I think that's somewhat okay. Yeah, I can go bright. I want a rady orange. The LSN's orange is kind of bordering on red. That helps it be not too just clashing. Otherwise it would be very, very clashing. You put it everywhere. Okay, good. That's fine. Because it's not red, but it's not too orange. It's kind of just in the middle zone. And the LSN blue has to be very, very nice and dark. Excellent. Darkest navy, brightest orange. Great, wonderful. We can also look at our crew. And we have behaviors like the standard crew, the red shirts. You can add other roles, and you can give the other roles different colors. So let's say we can have green shirts. We can say gunnery. We can say all gunners. Let's call them. Let's give them their Forever Cold War designation. All gunner. Job priorities, and we can say that they prioritize operating weapons over anything else massively. No, not supplying, but like, we can also edit their basic info. We can give them, shirt colors, which is quite cool. There was a way, as far as if I remember, there's a way to just adjust everything, but I can't. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do that manually. That's fine. Anyway, so we can have all gunners, and we can then designate a crew bunk as a subset of guys. So we could say you guys can be you, or for example, all gunners. And then the guys in there will prioritize manning weapon systems, which is very cool. So you can do a lot of that stuff. Then you have the roster where you can buy more people, sell people, get them off your ship, technically. Now I can also put in, for example, a crew bunk, and we can get more people. But of course, moving through a room to get to a power storage is not necessarily a very clever idea. So you wouldn't necessarily do what I've just done, but I've done it anyway. Also, of course, the position of your ammo, for example, your cannon ammo factory and things like that, it matters, because when this stuff gets hit, it goes nuclear. Just like your reactor. In fact, I'll show you right now. So, I'm going to select this ship. You can actually just click off it, it'll select it. Save ship design, and I've got a lot of ships that are, okay, they're quite old, but that's fine. We're going to call this the Model C LSN A01. Why not? Okay, now let's go find somebody. So we can just click our little ship, click on a contact, and they'll move to engage. Now the nice thing about the camera is it will track, and it'll also show you your enemy. We can pause it. Now the enemy's already opened fire on us. He has lasers, which I believe maybe they are slightly longer range. I can't remember. But anyway, it's a Y Scout, and we can see that the reward is 13,000 and 12 jump. Okay, sorry about that. Of course, you see our guy, value 79,000. So we've got our ship, and we can actually right-click, and we can actually tell our ship. If we right-click and hold on the enemy, we can tell our ship the offset that it must try to engage the enemy ship at. So, for example, this ship has fully frontal guns, so I prefer our ship to engage it from behind. Now, the ship can be a little bit silly in the way it tries to achieve this, but you know, it's going to attempt. Is it actually going to make it a total match? Oh, actually, it literally doesn't even matter. Boom, gone. Nice. Auto-saving. Fantastic. So the enemy ship, we hit their core, they got utterly and totally obliterated, which is so satisfying. We can also then repair our ship, 131, and we have armor and all this other stuff, which is going to help us survive a great deal. So we also have our standard cannons have, you know, some armor, some health. But of course, the primary thing, actually they've got a lot of health. They've got 12,000 health, which is more than your armor segments. But that's very crucial, because when your guns go boom, you go boom too. So this next time I'll actually attempt to show you the enemy ship when we actually get there a little bit faster. Okay, let's have a look at this little guy. So he's a tiny little scrummy little thing. So let's select the mosquito. Oh, it's actually not showing us the internal layout. Very cool. So this little ship's nice. It's got a little reactor. It's got about 4 crew. It's got a ship captain, a gunner. So it's got 2 guys ferrying power to all the thrusters and to the other stuff. Now, here's the other thing. Your thrusters need power. So they need to get power from all these places, which is very cool. Alright, let's just unpause and let our guys shoot at the enemy. Kadoo, kadoo, kadoo. And if we select them, we can watch our bullets hit them as they attempt to dodge and as we attempt to lead. Now they have side point defense, which is going to work against our cannons. And if we had missiles, against the missiles. Very nice. I'm going to tell my guy to prioritize hitting that small reactor core. But the problem is, because they're doing this whole thing, it's making it difficult. Okay, let's break out of that silly spiral, please, AI, if you'd be so kind as to not be silly. Much better. Very nice, very nice. We didn't even take much, yeah, like what? Parts damage, 7. Nothing. Pretty much no damage. Let's go take out this final target. We don't really have enough money to make any, well, we've got 26,000, that is a lot, but this entire ship is already about 80,000. So if we want to do much else, we need a significant amount of stuff. So here we have a ranged frigate. Now, what's nice about this is that you can select your ship and tell it to target specific parts of the enemy ship, which is supremely fun. Now, the control room only controls... Now, there's a control room here, which controls the thrusters. If you take out the control room, it means that the ship isn't going to be able to pilot itself, but the guns will still be online while they still have some battery power in them. So, you know, it's actually quite cool. You can lose the command, you can lose the bridge of your ship, but your missile bays can still keep firing. It's actually very fun. Nice. So this enemy ship is doing some good damage to us, actually. The lasers are not weak. They're really good. They only need power, and so they are staggeringly effective for what it's worth. But because the enemy ship only, is only structure and corridor, it means that they do get torn to atoms when we finally do get a nice hit on them. So let's repair 110. That's fine. Nothing, pretty much. And we can actually now think about upgrading. Not even think about. We have to upgrade our ship to have an Ftl drive. I mean, it enables the ship to jump to other locations of the galaxy using faster than light Ftl technology. Now, I don't like this fact, because it does mean that if you run out of money, you can just be stuck in one solar system. As if we go here and we go like, okay, let's go to here. We go, Ftl not available. None of your ships have both an Ftl drive and an operational control. Add Ftl drives and control rooms to your ships to enable Ftl jumps. You see, so I don't like that, because it means you can get stuck in an area, and that's really frustrating, but nonetheless, I've got 39, so 10,000 of that is not even applicable. And I also need to find somewhere to stick this thing. So, we're going to get this back. I think that's actually, yeah, it's a loss of, so you get back like 75, 95. What is that? I don't know. Anyway, so we'll sell the power storage. In fact, actually, hold on. What's the undo button? Where's the undo button? Undo. Let's take that out. Let's pause it. We can move it for, well, actually, hold on. This is actually going to end up costing me more in the long run, but nonetheless, I'm going to put the battery bank at the rear. Ftl drive can go right in the center of the ship, because it is quite important. And replacing it costs 10,000, so I'd rather put it where there's significantly more armor. Another thing I can do is just give us more armor, which is nice. Also, the Make It So button shows you what you would be costing, what you would be spending if you were to actually make it so, which is very nice. Another thing we can do is just add Another thing I can do for this ship is... You might be asking, Laps, why is it a problem that you say we? It's not a problem. I just find it really funny, and because you're not doing this, so it doesn't make sense for me to say we, because it's kind of like weird. I mean, you're not, you're sitting watching, you're not doing this. So it's why am I forcing you to be involved? I don't know. I find it amusing, so I try to make it not the case. Okay. So we've got a vaguely stronger ship, or vaguely. I'd like to give it some lasers, but there's nowhere to put that wouldn't jeopardize it a bit. I could put lasers here. Probably give it an electro bolter. The electro bolter is really good. Vaguely. This bit of armor is not necessarily going to be helpful. Just leave it there. Hello? Thank you. Yeah, interesting. Then I could put this like there. Oh, wait. Oh, the other one was wrong as well. There and there. Good. So we've got you can see the firing arc of these. There's actually, you can put them sideways and they do really well. But then you are putting them sideways. And that obviously means that they only really do well against things from the side. Which, is obvious, but I have to say it nonetheless. Because this is evidently a forward intended battleship. So making it viable sideways is a bit of an investment in the wrong direction. Okay, crew is still, I think, fine. It's telling me we're understaffed. Do I want to believe it? That's my question right now. Do I want to believe it? Power-wise, we have enough. Ammo suggested is 3. We don't have enough ammo necessarily, but we don't really go through it that way. Ftl drive efficiency is that. Make it so. Good. Okay, so now we've got a ship. Gonna watch our. Gonna let our guys power it all up. See the battery thing actually making good use. We'll just wait for them to restock everything. Okay. So, we're going to now plot a course to here. And we're just going to wait for the Ftl Drive to... And we're going to jump. I actually do like the look of their FTL. It's very cool. Cool. Well, now we're in a new area with some new enemies. There's 4 targets. Let's go for this closest one. Yeah. Now, of course, there's a lot of different ships you can encounter. We'll see if what I'm saying is actually true. Because I don't know if at the low levels... Yeah, at the low levels, we're pretty much just going to see the same ships. Which is tragic. Oh! Okay. That was interesting. We're just farming resources right now. Trust me. There's not much else we can really do. Because we need a significant amount of money if we're going to upgrade this thing to like a next tier of being a battleship. And, whoa, hello. So you see, this is an example of a ship that has side-mounted laser blasters. Which means, number one, that it can shoot enemies going around it, but it can also shoot in front of it. But the problem is, shooting in front of it doesn't always work great. Because, yeah. And of course, compared to cannons, it's not really having a great moment, is it? Ah, this poor ship! Segments of it are on fire. Very nice. Yeah, so segments of it caught on fire because of cannons. Cannons and lasers and things like that can make areas go on fire. Which is very, very useful. But at the same time, yeah. Okay, so I think it's about time that I vaguely refine how this... unknown enemy contacts, Captain. Alright, well, let's just repair quickly. Let's just take this guy out. Go for it. What are you? Ah! Ion, laser. Very cool. Oh, shit. It's now debeaked and completely harmless. Nice. Okay, so we've got a significant amount of money, but I want just a little bit more, so let's just go for the last ship before I build anything more. Because we need to rebuild this ship, but the problem is selling it all means we'll only get like, what is it, 80%? I don't know. Nice, target defeated. Okay. So, we've got now we've actually got a reasonably meaningful amount of money. Let's go into our build. And let's see here. See, the thing is that, so, okay, no, it is 75%. Because the corridor was 100, 75. Yeah, I thought it was 75, but I think I tricked myself. Of course, we've got armor blocks and other things. Yeah, it was a great deal of enemy weapons, fire protecting the ship's juicy innards. So lightning rod for EMP effects. Yeah, which is what? Was that the lightning rod? That's cool. I've never seen that before. EMP resist -2 power drain. Oh, penetration resist 6 meters. That's very cool. Area damage resist 50%. Wow, okay. Armor's been buffed or changed or better now. Or maybe it's always been like that and I never noticed. I don't know. Either way, it's time to upgrade this ship. From the little scallywag that it is to hopefully... You see, our ship is already costs about that much. So upgrading it more is going to be an interesting job. Now, I do have a shield generator that I would love to put down about there. But shield generation needs a lot of power. And a battery, as cool as it is, just ain't gonna cut it. Let's move this over here. Let's move this over here. I'm gonna move battery there. FTL is gonna be moved to here. Oh, what is that? Hello? I'm gonna move this down here. Move this down here. Reactor. We're gonna get, well, we actually could get a medium reactor. Or we could just get two smalls. Spatially, two smalls are more efficient, so I actually don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically just two smalls, but in a different sort of package, which is completely fine in its own sense, but still. So we're going to do that. Then, now you see, do I want to move? Okay, put the battery over there, put the FTL over there, put that over there. Move these down, that there. Shield generator. Now the problem with the shield generator is that it needs empty space in front of it, which makes it a bit of a cost-benefit analysis. But still, it's a shield generator, it's very good, but then you need a significant amount of power generation to support it. And in this case, I have some power generation. But you see now accessing different parts of the ship become a little bit troublesome, and so, you know, this is kind of the fun of it. Let's remove that. Remove this. Just remove all of it. Get all of it off my ship. Get off my ship! Okay, so let's fill it all in with corridor. Is that allowed? Is that? Oh, it's because I have it like 75%. Here, if I put it at 30%, then I actually know what it sounds like to you guys. To you lot, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have a shield there, which is going to be very useful. Then we can actually put bunks back. But the thing is, the double bunks are more efficient. They are utterly more efficient. And they're, because it's an extra 2 guys for like, you know, buy 2, get 2 free. Or buy 4, get 2 free. So getting the double bunks is always just a better idea. The quarters, I should say. So, okay. Then we're going to need ourselves a control room. I think my solution here is actually going to be that I move up this thruster here. Then I have external corridor. It's an interesting question. Okay, so let's take the medium. Be a little bit better. And cycle out those smalls for 2 mediums. And we can put 2 smalls in their place. I don't know if that's effective, but I feel like it isn't. 25,000. Okay, let's move you back a bit. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I wish you could have storages that were 2x1. That would be very nice. Ammo production can be moved to there. Now, I know this means that front-back access is a bit inefficient, but it's going to have to be that way. We're going to have to then go power. And then Ftl Drive. Okay, the Ftl is still hugely exposed, but it's fine. We'll put a bit of corridor in between, maybe it'll help it. Or block it off with armor. And I make the rear engine accessible like that. Doors actually cost a lot, I will say. Doors actually cost a lot. So this being a primary through flow is probably not a great plan at all. At all. Let's refine this a little bit. Move that back, because in the end, if it gets nuked, what can we do? I mean, these things are equivalent in cost, which is excessive cost. Anyway. And then, of course, power generation is a lot of cost. We don't want to lose that. Let's go crew quarters like this, because we need a lot of crew quarters. Then, actually, ammo factory here. Ammo factory there. Crew quarters, crew quarters. Extinguisher, extinguisher. Corridor, corridor. It's something, okay? It's something, and sometimes that's all that matters. I should probably have symmetry mode on, actually. That helps. Symmetrical door access is not necessarily important, but I like it. Ever so slightly faster access there. Faster access, faster access, faster. Go, 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 go. Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting question. Very interesting question. Yeah. Tough call. That might be actually the most semi-efficient semblance of how this can work. Yeah. Yeah. And then this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, thank you. Whew, that used to be an old glitch where if you'd go out of it into any of the other modes, it would kill it. Let's do that. Good. Okay, we've got a vastly different ship. Vaguely so. Yeah, no one's piloting it. Hello? Oh. Okay. Actually, I like this. This is cool-ish. Alright. This place is going to be the ore gunners. Or I guess we could call them operators. Let's call them, yeah, let's edit the role. Let's call them officers. Yeah, let's call them the officers. Well, if they're going to be officers in the Navy, then they're going to be Navy officers. Officers. Actually, come on. Come on. Operators. Brightest orange. Brightest orange, darkest blue. I don't know. Standard crew. Darkest navy. Darkest blue. Yeah, so the operators, of course, their job priority is manning all the guns. And then operating. Set all operate priorities to 10. Thank you very much. Set all supply priorities to 7. Set all supply bullets priorities to like a 1, basically. Supply battery priorities. Yes, it's going to be our team of elite operators that don't do anything else other than man systems. And of course extinguish fire. To 9. Engine room operates. Yeah, you see, this is the sort of fun that I end up having, which is utter craziness. Okay, so the operators now operate everything, which is good. Standard crew are going to have job priorities. Operating is going to still be high on their list, but when it comes to things, fire extinguishing, obviously. Yeah, missile and mine launchers. Yeah, storage always should be the smallest thing. Standard cannon. I think make arming the cannons more important. Supply bullets priorities to 6. Yeah, supply batteries is lower. Do I want that? Okay. Oh yeah, the cannon ammo factory is very important. Okay. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Roster, that's fine. Coloring is actually still mostly okay. I guess. Yeah. It's fine. Hold on, let's smooth this bit out there. Cool. That doesn't help. Never mind. It's just just be like that, okay? And then we're gonna go decals low. I'm just gonna paint over everything. Perfect. Cool. Decals high. Good. Okay, very nice. What is this? Oh, that's the symmetry line. I'm gonna save this. Save ship design. A02. Okay, we've now got a vaguely more functional starship. I don't know if powerful is necessarily the reason. It's got shielding, but and guns and everything. Most everything is in the green. It could use more crew, which we might just do. See, quarters here would be more effective than. But then we'd lose a little bit of armor, and it's like, we don't even need that many crew. We just need a few. Famous last words. Get rid of that door. Thank you. Make it so. Okay, let's jump to professional. That's gonna be interesting. Let's bump up the difficulty, shall we? And if we go exploding, that's our fault. Engage. Auto saving, thank you very much. Nice. Yeah, please refill the power. Good, shields online, powers, good. I think everything's nice. Oh, that's what I meant to do. Edit. We need to defend our very, very, very precious back segments. I'll put some fire extinguishers there. And because we're clever, we're also going to just encase that in a bit of extensive armor. This part here is still very exposed, but there's not a lot we can do. I say as I immediately do something about it. Okay, better. So we have an enclosed thruster sector. I love the little beeps of the ship. Okay, well, let's see how combat effective it is. Who are we going after? The one on the right. Hold on. Well, it's too late. We've already engaged in combat. Oh, perfect. No, not perfect. That's very, very bad. Great. Well. Let's not do that. My ship is horribly underprepared for this, so it would seem. It's also because I got hit by an ion beam. Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. I think we're gonna hold out on the shield generator for now. Just for now. The ship is horribly underprepared, as I thought so. Okay, well. That's how we're doing it. This is how we are doing it, so it would seem. Yeah. Just for later. So we have more crew. Okay. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. Where are the guns? But you know, I want to put a missile launcher on this, but I know it's not going to solve the problem. I'm not good at this game. Standard cannons. We could put more standard cannons. That's not really going to help us much. Could have a large cannon. Might be overkill. I might not have the ammunition supply to back it up, but we have an ammo storage. Yeah, let's just see. Let's just build out a massive supply of ammunition. And then we'll try and see how the professional one goes. AO3. Interesting. Okay, well, we've got vaguely heavier weapons now, so let's see if we're even vaguely able to deal with the enemy. Hopefully only one of them this time, but we'll see how that goes. Hold on, let's just... Listen. That got me thinking I am not prepared for this at all, which I already know that I'm not the greatest when it comes to Oh, this is gonna be sad. Yeah, so that's another thing. Some enemies are, you know, in a difficulty pool, are easier and much harder than others. So it's difficult to equalize just how good your ship needs to be. Now, this is now a heavy pummeler ship with EMP support. In fact, I could heavy pummeler ship. I like the sound of that. I'm going to just give it a bit more armor, make it a bit more EMP resistant. What are you? Are you a Speedy MacGuffin? Ship, get closer, please. Oh, it's going for it. Yeah, enemy ship is not having a happy time. They are halfway through. When these large cannons explode, by the way, they kill everything. Please take out those enemy cannons. Yeah, because if they destroy the big cannon, we're going to lose a large chunk of our ship. Woo! Very close, very close, very close, very close, very close. Watch the repair cost. Yeah. 853. Which is a lot. Okay, very nice, but again... be nice if we had a shield, wouldn't it, mate? Wouldn't it, mate? Yeah. But the problem is that a shield, mate, doesn't really protect you against things that are meant to punch through shields, like ion cannons. No, electro cannon. Actually, is the ion cannon specifically meant to punch? Yeah, no. Also, ion prism. Well, maybe, you know what? When we have a ton of money, we'll make an ion prism. Prison? We'll make an ion prism ship. Ion prison starship, yes, yes. Oh, it's this ship again. Okay. Can we engage it? Not from the... well, we've got massive guns. Never mind. It's not going to be a problem. Yeah, that was not a problem. Oh no, who is this? Who are you? Hit its control center. That was too easy. I really liked the look of that ship. It looked like a cool little asymmetric design. Managing your crew. Iron's crew are mostly autonomous and will operate your ship on their own, but you can still customize behavior if you want to. To customize your crew's behavior, click the crew button and then click the behavior tab. Yeah, we've already done this, but I'm going to read through anyway. Crew are organized into squads. Each squad has its own bedroom where its members will return when they have nothing to do. Assign a squad to... it's actually very cool. I like the squads thing. Squad to a specific weapon or other part. Left click on the squad and then right click on the desired weapon or part. The squad will only do jobs for that part and will not do jobs for any other parts. Whoa. Holding shift. Wow, okay. That's actually pretty awesome, I will say. Our ammunition production is actually very low, but the cannon ammo storage accounts for that. Crew suggested, yeah. I mean, this thing fires 4 ammo at once, which is terrifying. If you use together 4 rounds of projectile ammunition, greatly enhance damage and penetration depth compared to the standard cannon, which is like good. I think have we cleared this region out? I think we cleared the region out, mate. Very nice. Okay, let's go. Another professional one. Managing your crew continued. Every ship has one or more roles to determine how its crew behave. Every squad is assigned a role to select a role. Every squad. Squad's bedroom, then click on the bedroom for the designed role. Add a new role. Yeah, to edit the role's name. Yeah. Most ship parts have one or more jobs associated with them. Each have a priority between 1 and 10. They can be customized for each different role. A job with a higher priority number will always be done before a job with a low priority number. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Also, the color coding for it makes it very evident what it means, you know. 0, and then also the whole "don't do this job at all" thing is right next to it. So red to green. At least in a Western culture, red and the green symbolize what they do. Yes. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm amused by that sentiment, but anyway. I mean, it's accurate, but still, just generally the way people approach saying that is really, really funny. It's vaguely obnoxious. It's like, yes, I know colors don't always mean the same thing to everyone. That's kind of self-evident. But, you know, it doesn't mean you have to approach me like a... doesn't mean you have to talk to me like I'm an idiot. Shame. Oh, well, as it is. Okay, let's look at this ship. Oh, no. That is very bad. Okay, so we need to please circle around this ship. That would be... Oh, that would actually be a very good ship to hit with missiles. Okay, let's pull off. I don't want to have to fight them now. Go! No, don't get hit by the sign! Can we just get around them? Okay, so this is the point in Cosmoteer where you have to be tactical about what you're shooting. Also, we just lost large segments of our Starship, as they're about to. But the way I'm going to hit them, cannon ammo storage, you say. Let's hit that. Perfect. Enemy ship gone. You see, you must assess your enemy's weaknesses, and then you must exploit them to the betterment of the Navy. Yes, well, that was a cool little ship. I like that. That was a nice encounter. Okay, let's go target this enemy. We actually have a lot of money, but repairing is going to be more important some days. So, missile nuke factory. Tactical nuclear missiles that cause massive damage in a very large area, requires power, gains plus 25% production speed for each adjacent nuke factory. That's pretty crazy. Launches missiles or mines of any type. Shall we put a nuke factory on our ship? That's a stupid idea. EMP factory, and then of course we have an HE factory. EMP factory actually sounds quite cool. And the mine factory seems neat. But again, I need to make space. And then the thing is, I could actually save ship design as this. Do it. Okay, so let's toy around with it. If I were to put a missile there, missile launcher there, another one here. First of all, massive danger. Second of all, pretty cool. We're going to want some point defense, because inevitably one day we will need point defense. Currently, I haven't really needed it because I've been lazy. Not lazy, I've been tactical. Let's say I've been tactical, why not? Let's move this up so that it's now here. And it's less in the way of access to these parts. I'm going to get rid of this because we're going to try and cram stuff into here. Mines. Manufactures mines that explode when in proximity to enemy ships. Launching damaging shrapnel requires both cannon ammo and power. Okay. Guided high explosive cause significant damage over small. It requires power. Oh, yeah. So if we put 2 of them in the center here, first of all, that's utterly insane. Second of all, it's a brilliant strategy. Thirdly of all, I don't know why I'm bothering. It's craziness. But also, we can have more than one control room. That is something to keep in mind. Also, if one of these go nuclear, everything is going nuclear, and I think that's really funny. But I do want to, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of things I can do that could in some way reduce the amount of boom we're going to suffer one day. Do you know boom? Yes, I know boom. Boom is great, isn't it? Yeah, boom's cool. Anyway, boom. Come on, boom. Yeah, you know boom. Who doesn't know boom? Okay, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm trying to think. Yeah, see, massive pluses to production rate. Can I drag the whole thing, please? Can I? Have to cut and paste. Okay, it's fine. Oh, I understand. I understand. Okay, so if we do this, then we are immediately opening up ourselves to a very interesting place known as the high-grade Starship problem. What is the high-grade Starship problem, Laps? Well, it's not really a thing. It's something I've made up right now, and it's otherwise known as you have a very expensive ship, and it means that if you don't build it correctly, you can end up taking excessive amounts of damage unnecessarily, which ends up costing you too much. Too much in regards to what the ship is actually meant to even bother with. So I don't really want to end up with that sort of situation where I've just got gumph everywhere. Now I can put missile storage there. You see, we're going to run into the high-grade Starship problem, where there's just, yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know, sometimes it's the best you can do. Fire extinguishers, please. We need fire extinguishers. There are no fire extinguishers in the north side of the ship. To fix that, I'm going to fix it like that. And then we're going to do this. Because this thing only really needs forward fire in that direction. I mean, you can shoot all the way there, so that's actually fine. We're going to save this. AO4. Actually, we're going to need a lot of crew. Whoa, where are you going, ship? Slow down. Nice. How's our crew looking at? Massively understaffed. Okay. That's a very big problem. And it's a very big problem I'm going to have to rectify like this. So that helps. Again, doesn't help a lot. It's known as the high-grade Starship problem, when you've got too much stuff to spare, when all of your vessel shouldn't even be there. more correctly, when you have a system that is very expensive, but the efficacy of it is just not there. It's like it's high grade, sure, but is it highly effective? And that is a difference. That's what I call you know, a very important distinction. Okay, it costs a lot, but does that mean it's working well, or does that mean it's got an excessive amount of craft that makes it work, which should maybe be reduced? And that's kind of the thing you have to think about. Also, efficiency increases in how you access these places a little bit necessary. Good, missiles are away. Let's hope we hit something beneficial. Okay, that's very nice. Oh, gone. Very nice. Yeah, we've got a high-grade Starship now. Got a high-grade Starship. Let's repair it. Let's actually go to here. Let's select this, and let's say that you guys are only allowed to deal with the back here, and you guys are only allowed to deal with the power. Guys, you deal exclusively with this stuff, of course, and the rest of you guys just deal with whatever you deal with. I like this exclusive system. It actually is very it sounds effective. Yeah, so this is our missile crew, and then that's the rest. I don't like this though, because it does mean, like you said, they ignore everything else. Thank you. Yeah, let's go missile crew. Make him yellow. Well, make him like... What's the color of Reekton? Reekton's kind of green. Reekton. Reekton is the extremely explosive material in the Forever Cold War used by the Last Stand Navy in their missile weapon systems. So, yeah. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Refer priorities to default. Okay, so you guys are not operators. Yeah, all operating priorities to that. All supply bullet priorities to that. All these things to that. You to the... You guys are going to worry about missiles and things like that. And operating it, I guess, but operating it is not as important to you as supplying it. It's all pretty much equivalent. Supply battery, supply bullets. You guys deal with all the missile stuff, and then you supply whatever else. Yeah, and extinguishing fires, control. Well, actually, you guys worry less about extinguishing fires, primarily because them shooting missiles is probably going to stop more fires from breaking out. We have other people to deal with them. Okay. So you are a missile crew. Operators are, of course, operating. We might actually need... actually, I'm going to just clear that and make you guys operators. Because they're already operating stuff. So it's actually fine. And then the missile crew is going to just do all the missile stuff, and then everything else. Okay, that might end up not being the greatest idea in the universe, but I like it. So that's all that really matters at this point. Save ship design. 04, it's fine. Okay, let's go shoot another enemy. Super speed! Oh, that's unfair. That's very unfair. Is that same enemy? Guys, we need to move. So, we are taking extreme damage. I know. If I hold shift... Oh, right. Shift will actually set the... Does shift do the relative thing? Or does it not? No, I think shift just does the whole... Oh yeah, we've lost the front segment of the ship. This is unfortunate. Luckily, it auto-saved as I was creating the missile crew. Oh, and I also need to do painting. Sorry, color. I'm sorry that my painting strengths are not necessarily very high, but as it is, I enjoy it. Oh, little dog. Bark, 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 bark. I'll deal with you now, Widget. Just hold on. Hold your horses, little thing. Hold your horses. Remember, Luke. Hold your horses. You're right, Carl. I should hold my horses. That was very funny. You're right, Dave. I don't even really... that's from... I can't remember. Okay. So... missiles are obviously a massive problem. Missiles, I think, are a massive problem. But we're just going to stick more crew in it. Let's put more... How do we solve the problem? More crew. That's how we make it. That's how we fix it. You guys... Operators. Actually, hold on. Move you there. There. Crew. Make it so. Crew. Operators. So we've got operators there and we've got operators here. And you don't clear your prioritization. There you go, the operators off to take the jobs. Sorry guys, we are the operators. It's like, alright, operators, sure. Cool. And then everyone else is just standard support staff. Very cool. Alright, now, interesting. Ha. This is going to be interesting. That's an interesting decision, but the whole idea is that I need to make sure that even if the darn thing gets annihilated, it's not just going to kill everything. Safe ship design, AO4. Okay, Shippy, show me what you got. Roger that, Captain. We'll be moving in to assault the enemy. We're tearing them into little shreds of themselves. That's a very effective ship, well done. Thank you, Captain. We pride ourselves on Missilic Fury. I'm not entirely sure if that's what we pride ourselves on. We definitely have a lot of missiles. Okay, let's... wow, these things are building the missiles faster than we can use them half the time. Okay, let's see if we can match this guy, vaguely at least, with a slight alteration and with pre-stocking of missiles. But you see, that laser is so powerful that I've just got to have a vaguely less terrible ship. And that's a problem, man. That's a problem. A vaguely less terrible ship, and that's a problem. I find it funny. Sometimes I find the way I phrase stuff very entertaining. Which is maybe not okay, because I'm the one saying it. I don't know. How does this stuff work again? I don't know. Anyway, so... yeah. Just make it vaguely stronger. No, stop where you are. Stop where you are. Stop where you are. Because we've got to refuel you. Or rearm you, technically. Okay, we ready? Ship. Listen. It also said flight direction, which is super cool, formation order, and other stuff. Missiles away. Lock on the enemy ship. I'm going to direct it to hit that laser battery, because really it's the thing that's going to help us a lot. Good, good. Enemy ship pretty much out for the count now. Excellent. A bit more armor and we were able to survive. Whew! Very nice. Very nice. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I actually like the look of this little ship right now. Okay, it has some missing paint, but oh, why did I do that? Undo, 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 undo. Cool. Yeah. Undo until you see something wrong. That's how we do it. Very nice. We didn't need a naval ship look, which is more panelly in a sense. Definitely doesn't really look like any of this. Scratched. Let's just go with panels or plates, really. I guess it looks a bit too kitcheny or bathroom tiley. I don't really like that, but ooh. Oh yeah. Like a very bright. Yeah, I actually like this where you can toggle how the dark is. You know what I mean? You understand? You're not silly. And then we can actually go. I actually can't symmetrize it. Well, when we name this, we'll name it, but can't name it right now. Good. Alright everybody, I think that's enough for now. Save the ship. Okay. We're going to give a save game, which is going to be like the first one I've done since 20, oh, that was 2019. But since like 2017. You should see the Ftl Prime. It's a pretty hefty ship, but I think it's invalid at this point. We're going to call this Stellar Cosmoteer Save A. Perfect. Saving game. Alright. Fantastic. Alright. And so until next time, everybody. Cheerio.